Why buy your next vehicle from Community Motors of Mason City?
Great service from 3 locations: Community on Monroe, Community Motors Westside, and Mason City Ford. 10 new franchises and hundreds of vehicles to give you more choices. Plus, Community offers an exclusive 3-3 warranty on pre-owned vehicles and 10-year, 250,000-mile warranty on new. Need more reasons why? Stop or visit CommunityAutoGroup.com.
Because nobody beats a community deal, nobody.
That is decorations and how we truly decorate for Memorial Day. First, it's important that we understand the word decorate. Second, I want to talk a little bit about Memorial Day and how it is uniquely American. Second, I want to tell you about the optimism that is our nation's greatest decoration. And finally, I want you to know how America can truly decorate for the holidays, for this holiday, and remember the men and women who made this possible. Memorial Day, as you know, was first called Decoration Day. My father never called it anything else. Draw from that innate optimism to find at the end our freedom is worthy of the sacrifices made of those in uniform. We are an optimistic people who don't dwell on the sadness of the past. We look for ways to be inspired. We look for ways to be happy. We look for things to give us hope. It's just what we Americans do, and we do it pretty well. America can truly decorate for this holiday and celebrate the men and women who made this day possible. Every single man and woman serving in our military today volunteered to serve. Our military has been an all-volunteer force since 1973. These service members and their families are truly the decoration of America's military. Out there, and she's probably saying right now, Lord, whatever possessed that man to know anything about the word decorate. But hang in there, I'm going to try and get through this with you. To decorate can simply mean to adorn or to beautify. As a country, we're pretty good at that. We decorate everything. Our cars, our houses, our yards. We decorate for birthdays, for homecomings, and every big holiday. Yep, we're pretty good at it. In fact, last year, Americans spent about $6 billion just to decorate for Christmas. That's more than the gross domestic product of many countries. But the word decorate has a noble origin. In Latin, the word decus means pride and dignity, honor, distinction and glory, grace and beauty. In ancient Rome, a military decoration was all those things. Roman soldiers were awarded crowns, necklaces, armbands to wear as signs of their valor. But our military decorations had a more humble beginning. In fact, it was a simple piece of cloth, a decoration that may have saved our army. At the end of the Revolutionary War, George Washington's Continental Army had really been through the ringer. Supplies were scarce, rations were meager. In his book, Almost a Miracle, the historian John Furling wrote that the Army did not implode in a frenzy of mutinies long before 1781 was short of miraculous. And this is why. Generals had lost the authority to honor or decorate their soldiers' courage with battlefield commissions, which up until that point was the only way commanders could reward their soldiers. By August 1781, Congress couldn't even afford to pay existing officers, let alone commission new ones and hope to pay them. The faithful service and outstanding bravery of American soldiers pretty much went unrecognized and unrewarded. So Washington set out to do something he hadn't done before. He created 2 awards exclusively for enlisted men and non-commissioned officers.
groundwork for higher discoveries in science, medical research, started long-lasting traditions that enrich our heritage and fought in wars so that the future generations would have freedom. And whereas it is important on Memorial Day to cherish the memories of our friends, family members, and ancestors who have died, and to remember their contributions towards making our lives better. And whereas the veterans who fought and died for our country help preserve the freedom and rights guaranteed to all citizens under the United States Constitution. And whereas the Memorial Day gives us the opportunity to reflect on the past and renew our patriotism, so we may continue to live in freedom and seek peace, so our veterans will have not died in vain, but with the honor that they have earned. Now therefore, I, Eric Bookmeyer, Mayor of Mason City, do hereby recognize May 28th, 2012 as Memorial Day in the city of Mason City, Iowa, and I urge all citizens to join me in honoring those who have died for this country and to say thank you with all of our hearts. Thank you, Mayor.
Years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here have gave their lives that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little know, nor longer remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here to dedicate to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take the last measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and the government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
Daughters of the Union Veterans of the Civil War, auxiliary veterans of the foreign wars, American Legion Auxiliary, Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
In the depths of my spirit tonight rolls a melody sweeter than song. In celestial light strings it unceasingly falls o'er my soul like an infinite calm. Peace, peace, wonderful peace, coming down from the Father above. Sweep over my spirit forever, I pray, in fathomless billows of love.